The Laramie Project is a story about the community of Laramie's response to the murder, the hate crime of Matthew Shepard's death. It focuses on the community rallying around one issue, the diverse responses and perspectives on that issue, and it really focuses on how one community can either come together or be divided when it comes to issues of social change.
Basically, Scott and I discovered this show. Well, we knew about the show, obviously. It's a great piece of art, and I feel like a lot of people know about it, especially theater people. This piece resonates so well with like our society today and everything that like I feel like the society we live in needs to hear, and like the campus we're on and everything like that. Also, this is Scott and I's Catalyst project.
There's certainly the element of dealing with a hate crime and LGBTQ plus issues, but it primarily and a lot deals with just community reaction to controversial issues. In this particular circumstance surrounding homosexuality, I really just chose it for its exploration of community and community's desire to control its own history, community, how we interact with each other, how we think about issues, and all of just the various nuances of a problem that you don't think about the other person having, but just come to light at those moments of conflict.
The process of character research was really interesting and pretty unique for this show because not only are there about 70 total characters in the show, also they're all real people because it's a documentary play. So in portraying these people, we even refrain from calling them characters. We want to keep our mannerisms, our posture, our tone of voice as individual and specific to the actual people we're portraying as possible. So we have a lot more responsibility than normal there, I would say. As the story keeper for this project and the dramaturg, it's my responsibility to make sure everyone knows exactly who their people they're portraying are, what they like, their dislikes, their specific and nuanced perspectives on this circumstance. And I felt the gravity, the weight of needing to compile this huge 80-page research document because it was so important to me that people portray their people as people, not as caricatures, that I wanted to make sure all the research was really perfect.
Scott was really cool. He made us go look into each person because they're actual real people, which is a really neat experience because you're playing a real person. It's not really like a character. So it was neat to actually like divulge into their background and like get to learn more about each person. One really cool part of just the Laramie Project in general is that you do get to see many different views of people's beliefs on such a important subject, and I think that's a really neat process throughout this entire thing.
I did a lot of work looking on YouTube and watching different videos of these particular people that I could, and also reading already the Laramie Project and then reading the Laramie Project 10 years later, which was 10 years after the incident that took place. And I found one of my characters on Facebook, and I learned a lot about him from his Facebook page and also some obituaries. And then one of my characters, there was an interview that I found where he is still in prison and he was talking about the incident like over 20 years later. And that was really interesting insight to see him and see how he looked after all this time. When portraying these real people, I'm doing my best to portray them as real as I possibly can, respecting their values no matter if I agree with them or not, no matter if they might be blinded by their own ignorance. This is something that I want to do right, and the only way to do this right is by portraying them honestly and just how they actually were, as real and genuine as I can be.
We thought that this would provide a healthy opportunity with a healthy way to discuss this issue while not necessarily demonizing any side, getting both sides of the issue, and allowing the community to communally experience something together, communally discuss something that it's a big topic in the world right now. We just thought that art can be a great mechanism for discussion and communication, and we wanted to provide that environment. I think everybody who is a part of this production should be extraordinarily proud of what they, at this point, will be putting on. I think the reaction that we're going to have from the community is going to be kind of what we want to start that conversation, and I think Yeah, I think everyone should just really be proud of what's going to happen. And everyone that's going to see the show, I think you're in for something truly extraordinary and something that's going to be very special and new and unique for Samford University.